It speaks to the heart of a lot of us here today. My daddy was a true life troubadour, following in the footsteps of the boots he wore, living my life rooted up and down the road. Like father, like son, I'm a son of a gun, destined to do all the things he's done. Got rhythm in my blood, restless in my soul. Could just look away, and so it did happen while Jesus was napping, and they hitched up his train on that day. Well, the dynamite car, which should be hitched up far and way back to the end of the train, somehow instead it got hitched up ahead behind the engine with the red fiery rain. Hey, hey, Jesus Garcia, you rode that train round the bend. You rode that train round the bend. And again. Wherever that we go, we'll tell them, amigo, you died a hero, my friend. With his hand on the throttle and his old water bottle, Jesus started that train up the hill. And the sparks started flying and men started crying, the dynamite's on fire, we'll be killed. He heard a curse and a shout, we can't put her out. If she blows, there goes the town and the mill. Jesus instantly knew what he needed to do, and he prayed for the nerve and the will. With his train on the flame, he called out Jesus' name as the driver wheels turned round and round. And he ordered the men to jump off in the wind as he herded that bomb out of town. With a set of his jaw and iron in his craw, he herded that train up the hill. And with the dynamite, the town folk all knew that Jesus had just paid the bill. Hey, hey, Jesus Garcia, you rode that train round the bend. Hey, hey, Jesus Garcia, wherever that we go, we'll tell them, amigo, you died a hero, my friend. Now, every ballad should have a moral to the story. So here is the moral to the story of the ballad of Jesus Garcia. Now, most folks today, in their own hurried way, never heard of Jesus and his train. And they don't give a damn about the engineer man, but that don't mean he died in vain. Life was cut short, he had more to report to his maker than most of us here. So when you see a train pass, say salute, lift your glass, give Jesus Garcia a cheer. Here we go, everybody. Hey, hey, Jesus Garcia, you rode that train round the bend. You rode that train round the bend. One more time. Garcia, wherever that we go, we'll tell them, amigo, you died a hero, my friend. Wherever that we go, we'll tell them, amigo, you died a hero, my friend. Oh, here's to, hey,
performer from Dyess, Arkansas named Johnny Cash. And I thought, someday I'm going to sing Johnny Cash songs. So I bought a guitar not long after that, and I couldn't find anybody to teach me how to play the guitar. My music teacher fired me. So I bought some Johnny Cash records and picked them up, and this is one. Dola did a song about a Mexican train wreck. I'll do one about an American train wreck. Cash did way back in the 50s. Well, they gave him his orders in Monroe, Virginia, cried Steve, you're way behind time. This is not 38, this is old 97. Better take her in to Spencer on time. He turned and he looked at his big greasy fireman, said shovel on a little more coal. And when we cross that wide oak mountain, you can watch old 97 roll. It's a mighty rough road from Lynchburg to Dineville on a line with a 3-mile grade. It was on that hill that he lost his air brakes. You see what a jump he made. He was going down the road, making 90 miles an hour when a whistle broke into a scream. They found him in the wreck with his hand on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. Now all you ladies, you better take a warning from this time on and learn. Never speak harsh words to your true love or husband. He may leave you and never return. I moved down from Ash Fork when I was a senior in high school. Went from a high school of 30 students to a high school of 3,000 students at West Phoenix High. And that was a real culture shock for me. And right after graduation, I ran into a Marine Corps recruiter, and I told him, I said, I have never been anywhere except just traveling old school buses around Arizona with a baseball team. And so I said, I really would like to see the world. And he said, son, you join the Marine Corps, and I guarantee you'll see the world. So I joined the Marine Corps, and they stationed me in Yuma. It wasn't the end of the world, but you could see the end of the world from there, I guarantee you. Anyway, I love to tell stories about Arizona. Dolan and I appear often as team up and do shows together, like the Palace Bar at Prescott and some of these places. And he sings songs and writes songs about Arizona, and I like to tell stories about the state. It's a pretty unique place. We're a land of anomalies and tamales. We really are. We have birds that run faster than they fly, and we have flowers that only bloom at night. We often have the hottest and the coldest national temperatures here on the same day. The first white man to come to Arizona was a black man. We have elevations that run from below sea level here to over 12,640 feet. The Navajo taco was invented by a Greek immigrant. Yep, fell up in Window Rock. Greek immigrant was living in Window Rock, running a restaurant up there. And one night he was working late, about midnight. He got hungry and he didn't want to dirty the dishes, so he rolled out a piece of fry bread and poured a bowl of beans on it, rolled it up, and the Navajo taco was born. It's quite popular today, but if you're up that way and you're on the Hopi reservation, don't ask for a Navajo taco, or they'll double the price. It's a Hopi taco up there. Anywhere else, it's just an Indian taco. And not to be confused with a Mexican taco. A Mexican taco, that's just one small part of a combination plate. But a Navajo taco will feed the entire Mormon Tabernacle Choir for 3 days, guaranteed. Yeah, we got a lot of anomalies here. The famous mayor of New York City, Fiorello LaGuardia, was born in Prescott, Arizona. And the sad-faced clown with the Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, Emmett Kelly, was born in Tombstone, Arizona. Tombstone, Arizona, the town too tough to die. Most famous gunfight in the American West was fought there, the gunfight at OK Corral. Only it wasn't fought at the OK Corral. It was fought on Lot 2, Block 17, between Harwood House and Fly's Photograph Gallery on 4th and Fremont Street. Doesn't look good on a Hollywood marquee, though, or a book title, so gunfight at OK Corral works. You live in Moccasin, Arizona, you got to drive 360 miles to get from your town to your county seat. You also got to go through 3 states to get there. You see, Moccasin's on the Arizona Strip, not Van Buren Street, way up north of the Grand Canyon. And if you leave Moccasin to get to your county seat over at Kingman, you have to drive into Utah, over into Nevada, back across Hoover Dam, and drive 100 miles back down to Kingman. Obviously, the people in Moccasin do not get involved too much in county politics. Well, we have also the most violent feud ever fought in the American West was fought in a place called Pleasant Valley. And we have the Yuma High School. Well, I should backtrack on that just a moment. In 1876, they opened the infamous Yuma Territorial Prison down there, the Hellhole of the West, they called it. And in 1909, they moved to the new modern facility at Florence. And the prison sat there abandoned until a year later when Yuma High School burned to the ground. And the students there had no place to go to school, so they located them in the old prison, and they held classes there for several years at the Yuma Territorial Prison. Teachers liked that pretty much. Well, they had a big rivalry with Phoenix Union High School up here, and they came up here one time to play Phoenix Union High School, and the Phoenix Union students got beat by Yuma that night, the football team did. And the students were so outraged, they tried to think of something really vile to say to the Yuma football players, and they said, "You're just a bunch of criminals." I realize that was 1910. Would have been probably more violent today, but they just called them a bunch of criminals, and the Yuma students were mighty offended by those remarks. But then they got home and talked about it a little bit and thought, hey, that's not a bad name, the Criminals. After all, we're housed in the Yuma Territorial Prison anyway, and so then the Yuma High School officially changed their name from the Horned Toads, little slip there, from the Horned Toads to the Criminals, and their colors are black and white. And you still see a lot of the alumni at any football or basketball game up here at Phoenix every night. You can see a lot of people run around on the courts with black and white striped shirts. We think anyway they're from Yuma High School alumni, I'm not sure, or escapees from down there. Now
well, you know, like he's here with us, although he isn't, but on lead guitar, Mike Condello is right here. Bob Dearborn on bass, Rich Post on drums. So we can hear all of that. Now, if you maybe you can hear it too, okay? We're going to do a song though called To Be, a number that we recorded here, released, did very well as a matter of fact, in our foray into the entertainment world, okay? I don't know what key we're in.
What key? What key? By the way, before he starts this, you have to understand it's been 30 years and our voices have died.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. To be loved is a wish of the present. To be wanted is so much worthwhile. But to be with you is like heaven, and to feel the warmth of your smile, to be kissed with lips so sweet, dear, to be held and to understand, to know that you alone want me. Oh, this makes me a very happy man, to be there when you are crying,
to comfort your aching heart.
Yeah. To assure you, oh my darling,
We'll never, never, never part.
this is the violin. To be the eyes you see with, and the hands, change the lyrics, with you feel. Our love has made us united. We'll be together eternally. Our love has made us united. We'll be together eternally. There's a pretty girl there.
I see a pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Everywhere I go.
There's a pretty girl there.
I see a pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Everywhere.
Yeah.
If I make it to the beach,
There's a pretty girl there.
there's a pretty girl there.
Pretty girl.
You know they knock me off my feet.
Pretty girl.
Them pretty girls there.
Pretty girl.
Pretty girls. Pretty girls. Everywhere.
Yeah.
If I make it to the show,
There's a pretty girl there.
there's a pretty girl there.
Pretty girl.
Even now at the rodeo,
Pretty girl.
they came on horses.
Boogie.
Pretty girls, everywhere. Yeah.
Pretty girl.
I see a pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Pretty girls, yeah.
Pretty girl.
Pretty girls, everywhere.
Yeah.
If I make it to the show,
There's a pretty girl there.
there's a pretty girl there.
Pretty girl.
Even now at the rodeo,
Pretty girl.
they came on horses. Pretty girls, everywhere.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate it. And, we love you. Thank you.